Let me get my glasses in case I have to put it on and off. I wore a hat today because even though the sun is not bright and it's overcast, it's still peeking through. So, oh, I just made the hat yesterday. Me and my husband made a hat to match the outfit. This is a off-the-shoulder top and a skirt. Then we made the hat to match the outfit too. So you guys know for the longest time, nothing has been happening in the Nancy Guthrie case, right? I mean, except for the fact that Sheriff Nanos is arresting, you know, YouTube streamers, YouTube media. Nothing about Nancy. When he did that interview on the radio station last Friday, he didn't say nothing about Miss Nancy. Then all of a sudden yesterday Damien from 857 Tucson went to court and he did get his charges dismissed. They tried to pull a trick on him where they told him, we will send you something in the mail to show that it's dismissed. And he said, nah, I'm gonna wait here for that something. Because the next you know, he leaves and then they'll say he didn't show up for court and then they put a warrant out for his arrest. They're playing games, right? Serious games too with people's lives. I would never want to be booked into a police station. It's very demeaning, right? So that happened yesterday. Then JLR went off and said he wouldn't be back unless something else broke. And something did break at the end of the day. I guess the FBI, a couple of agents, I think, under the color of anonymity, spoke to Rueters and told them that all them ransom notes are fake. I really can't explain to you guys what I feel and what I think because I have to be very careful. You know, I'm not operating under anonymity and these are only cards. And I know that one person that scolded me about the interruption said, you shouldn't say these are only cards. I have to say that. I live in Southern California and California has strict rules about card readers. There's a disclaimer underneath every one of my videos to a big extent. And then I drop the thing in here that says Tarot, Lenormand, and Oracle are for entertainment purposes only. I have to say that, guys. Because if not, you can get sued. Or at the very least, you can get fined by the state that I live in, right? So I'm going to put, let's cut the deck. I'm going to put the letter as the note. The note. Okay, let's look for the letter. Let's see if you can see this here. I want to find out if those letters are real because the FBI said they're not. Okay, so here comes the letter. Here comes the letter. So anywho, I felt that they weren't real, but it's hard to explain because I believe that TMZ did get the letter. So in that regard, they're tangible, they're real. A letter did come. But I'm thinking it's not, well, am I thinking it's not the kidnappers? No, I think it is the kidnappers that's sending the letters. But it's not to really demand what they're trying to demand. It's to throw the sleuths off. If I send this letter in and demand this half a Bitcoin or this Bitcoin, it's going to throw the sleuths and law enforcement off of that person right there that really did it. Did I explain it correctly now? Why I believe? Because it was hard to explain. I believe they're fake, but I do believe it's a tangible, I brought a cheat sheet today, a tangible letter. And I do believe that the kidnappers are sending it, but I believe they're sending it to throw the investigation off. Yeah, that's what I want to say. So the first card is the Clover, and this is about luck. And you know, when it comes to Lenormand, we do look it up. We don't have any shame about looking it up, because what we're learning, this is about good luck, positive opportunities, and things going your way. What does that tell us about the note though? And then the tree, and the tree is about family tree, growth, ancestry. I'm going to go this far as to say that I do believe this is an inside job. I believe that it's somebody very close to the family, if not maybe family. I don't know how close of a family, but if it's second, third, fourth cousin, whatever, that did this. And I believe that they wanted to get Miss Nancy out of the house to like maybe put her in a home and she didn't want to go. Again, I don't know none of this to be fact. This is just my speculation. We all have the right to speculate, but we don't have the right to say definitively, yes, they did it. And I'm not saying that. The letter is right where we put it. And then the bouquet, it's about beautiful things. Beautiful things. You know, I've told you guys before that I close my eyes and I ask the Lord to show me anything about Miss Nancy. And I think in the 155 days that she's been missing, I've seen things maybe 5 times. So I don't know what that is. I don't think I'm psychic, right? I've got great discernment like a lot of people. Great intuition. I don't know that it's remote viewing, but I do want to learn more about remote viewing. I think that's a real thing because the CIA, they train people to do that. I've heard like if you're in high school and they see that you've got some abilities, right? Like my mom would have been one of them. Oh, there's a thread that needs to be cut right here. My mom would have been one of them that would have been snagged by the CIA right away to go into training to do remote viewing, you know? My mom had some abilities, man. So the bouquet is about happiness, beauty, gift, pleasant. And then the mice is about anxiety and worry. So they've been lucky so far. I don't really even think it's because they know what they're doing. Oh, by the way, JLR says he can see the videos at Savannah's IG on his computer, but he can't see it on his phone. I don't know what that means. We read on that, remember? Why was she taking the videos down? So somebody came in JLR's chat last night and said that Cameron cued us into the fact that the ransom notes were fake to start with because he spoke about the notes before they even appeared. No, Cameron didn't speak about a note per se, but he did say when Savannah asked him, do you think it's because of me? He did say, well, yeah, honey, it's probably because of you. And I think he said that to mean, well, you're on TV and you put mom on TV and then you left her by herself, whatever. Or maybe the Epstein files or whatever. And then at that point, before that, she said, what do you think this is? Because he was at the house. I don't know how he got there before her. And he says, it looks like a kidnapping for ransom. And that never sat well with me. We could go back and find the old video where I said, how would he know this? How would he know that this is a kidnapping for ransom? What tells him this? What did they find in that house? Later you heard that the house was immaculate. You know? So they've been able to get away with stuff. This is about family and ancestry. And this is about beautiful things. They didn't mean to do something good and it turned out bad. But they worried now. So I'm going to go again with what I said. The notes, they're tangible and real in the regard that TMZ did get those notes. I don't think TMZ wrote the notes, okay? Some people were saying that. But I think it is the kidnappers, because I think there's more than one kidnapper, that's sending these notes to throw authorities off on who really done it. That's my opinion. That's my opinion, okay? So now I saw a video from Monk's Intrigue. I love that guy. And he was showing, because I've never believed that the porch guy with the pew pew in his holster and the guy that's further in the yard that doesn't have the pew pew or the backpack, I've never believed that they were the same person. And I've never believed that that happened on the same night. That's just intuition. I didn't look into it. I didn't sleuth. I don't want to sleuth. It's too much work. That's just my vibe. You know what the young kids say? Oh, that's my vibe. That's what I feel. So the guy without the backpack, honestly, I can't get past that. It looks like Sheriff Nanos. That guy looks like a dude. The one without the backpack looks like a man. You know, maybe fatter and bulkier with clothing, but looks like a man to me. The one on the porch, which is the video, I'm up and down if it's a man or a woman. I've told you guys before that I think it's a woman because of that one guy, a content creator that normally does speech, and he came on with a video right after that video came out and said that looks like a woman to me, and he broke down the hip area and he broke down the little finger, and you could see in the glove where the little finger was puny like mine, because my husband, his little finger is bigger than mine because he's a dude, right? And you saw the ring and stuff, and that's why I would say that 60% of the time I think that's a girl at the front door. The other one I think is a dude, and I think they're two separate people, two separate nights. Oh, somebody brought out a thing saying we're gonna keep this one. We don't know what it is, but we're gonna keep that one. Somebody brought out a thing saying that Miss Nancy is in Mexico. So somebody else said she's in Belize, and somebody else said Switzerland. I think if Miss Nancy is still alive, and I really believe she still is, I see a lot of people in JR's chat last night was saying that they believe, because of the FBI saying that the notes were fake, that they believe she's alive somewhere. Let me tell you something. I'm Belizean, born and raised, and if Miss Nancy is in Belize, no Belizean gonna keep that secret, okay? They're gonna sell her out for that 1.2 million. Not even for no Bitcoin, okay? She not in Belize. I don't think she's in Mexico either, and she hella not in Switzerland. If she's alive, I believe that Cameron has her safe. I believe when they picked up that lady in Rio Rico, they brought that up last night in JLR's chat too, that was Miss Nancy, because it's too coincidental for that lady to be 84, Miss Nancy be 84. And I hate when people say she's 85. She just turned 84 January 27th. So I believe that Miss Nancy is alive, and I believe that if she is alive, Cameron is keeping her safe, probably in Tucson or in Vermont, where he's from, where he lives. Again, don't know this to be fact. Just saying, and that's not me saying that Cameron is involved either. Maybe after they picked her up in the helicopter and he goes, what the F, let me keep my mom safe. I don't think she's in WITSIG like I used to think, because it's hard to get into that program. That's the Witness Protection Program. This is what we don't see coming. The King of Wands. Did we give this to Cameron? He's the King of Wands, right? The visionary, natural leader, entrepreneur. This is Cameron, right? Two of Pentacles. They're balancing. They're balancing what the hell they're telling us, right? So, what were we asking? If Porch Guy was the same guy? Is that what we're asking? I think that's what we're asking. If Porch Guy is the same guy. Three of Wands, progress, expansion, looking ahead. Don't know what that's telling us in this read. King of Pentacles, practical, reliable. Oh, somebody even said the Porch Guy was Cameron. I don't think it is though. Knight of Pentacles, practical, reliable, hardworking. It's somebody with money. And then the Star, hope, healing, guidance, inspiration. Maybe we have to look to the sky to see if it was the same guy. I don't think it's the same person, and I don't think it's the same night. So this is asking if it's the same guy, and I don't think it is. But keep in mind, I went into the question with that thought already in my brain, but this is what makes me thinks it's not. It's like two balancing. I'm glad that I'm in the habit of showing you guys the cards that come hidden underneath the deck, because I showed it to you just now, but I didn't read on it, so I want to show it to you again. It's the Five of Swords, and this means conflict, defeat, dishonor, competition. And the expanded view on that is upheaval, disagreements, defeat, theft, abusive relationships. What does it mean in this part of the read though, right? Okay, let's quickly ask if it's the same. We asked if it's the same guy, now we're going to ask if it's the same night. Was it the same night? I don't think it is either. And I don't think that guy was there because they were scoping out the place. I think they were just there to try on their costumes. How come this Nancy thing didn't go off, her chime on the phone? You know what I mean? I don't have Nest, I have Ring. And I have Night Owl for the rest of my cameras on the house. But the Ring goes off, the Night Owl doesn't go off. No alerts. It'll record though. We have like 4 of the 8 cameras from the Night Owl records continuously, and the next 4 is by motion. Then we have a different one we just bought. I don't remember the brand. And that one doesn't record continuously, but it goes by motion, and it's 360, so I can turn it to see what's going on. Oh, what we don't see coming. Did we look at that? We didn't look at that just now, huh? Man, I suck. I hate that. But I showed it to you guys, right? I showed it to you guys. So when I edit the video, I'm going to be able to drop a graphic below to tell you what I think that card meant. See, it's good to show it to you guys. The Hierophant. This is about the FBI, the government, law enforcement. What's that, Sheriff Nanos? The Sun. I'm saying we need to look at the stars on the moon to see what the hell's going on if that was the same person. But the Sun, oh, this thing won't come out. You notice there was nothing, and then all of a sudden information is being released. Five of Swords. They're all fighting in between. Did you see the Five of Swords come up again? 2 times. 2 different questions, but 2 times it came up, right? Some people are suspecting that law enforcement is involved. I don't know about all of that. Oh, I bring my cheat sheet and I didn't even look at my cheat sheet. Let's look to see. What the Hierophant means. The Hierophant is firm beliefs, religion, government, traditions, institutions, conformity, and trust. So it's what we've been saying, right? And then the Sun, success, warmth, positivity, happiness, joy, celebration, success, rebirth, all is well. It is well with my soul. It is well with my soul. I can't even sing today. Five of Swords. Five of Swords is about conflict, upheaval, disagreements, defeat, theft, abusive relationships. Why was that note in her door from Adult Protective Services? Then the King of Cups. The King of Cups is about a diplomatic person, compassionate, empathetic. The King of Cups is emotionally balanced, empathetic, compassionate, diplomatic, supportive leader. And then the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace, I have a cheat sheet going, guys. I made a cheat sheet. The Ace of Pentacles is about new job, raise, promotion, investment, new income, financial opportunity. Da, da, da. Didn't Savannah get a new job? And some people think that the porch guy is Savannah, bulked up to look like a man. Another reason why I think the porch guy could be a girl is because the mustache and stuff doesn't look real to me. So to answer those two questions, I don't think it's the same night and I don't think it's the same person. Keep in mind that I went into the questions thinking that though, and that could have skewed my read. I'm always going to be honest with you guys because I'm learning. I'm learning. So this is the card that was hidden underneath the deck for that question, the Ten of Swords. And it means failure, betrayal, painful endings, crisis. But let me check on my little cheat sheet over here to give you an expanded view on it. The Ten of Swords is painful endings, ruin, deep wounds, crisis, failure, defeat. So not good cards to go with those questions, huh? Man, you can hear my stomach crying because I'm hungry. For the gush or the encore, I want to ask both cards, the Norman and Tarot, is Miss Nancy alive? So let's look for Miss Nancy, the woman. Okay, so the first card I got in Lenormand, and I think I didn't talk about the hidden underneath it all again. I don't need to do this when I'm hungry. I'll drop a graphic again. Contracts and agreements, the ring. Who planned this? Then we got the moon, and the moon is about illusions, dreams, intuitions, romance. The last time I closed my eyes and I asked about Miss Nancy, I saw one of those butterflies that you stake in the ground for your lawn to decorate your lawn. I just saw one of those. If I find a picture of it, I'll show you. Miss Nancy came in the middle. This is about the house. I feel like this is about her house. And then the cross, this is about burden. The cross specifically is about pain, suffering, burden, grief, guilt. Does that mean she's not with us anymore, guys? Then for tarot, I got the devil, which is about indulgence and addiction. And let's see what else the devil is about. Temptation, destructive behavior, materialism, toxicity, and codependency. That's what the devil is about. And then I got the ace of swords. If I follow Afefe, the ace usually means yes, right? Ace of swords, new ideas, sharp mind, success, mental clarity, new beginnings. They did say Miss Nancy had sharp mind, another ace. So Holy Spirit is telling me a double yes. Ace of Wands is about a new beginning, full of promise and opportunity awaits new project. This doesn't feel dead to me. And then the Magician is the next card. And the Magician is about skill, manifestation, action, self-confidence, resourcefulness, and creation. And then here comes Annie, the Queen of Cups. Compassion, nurturing, psychic ability. Let's look to see on my cheat sheet. Compassion, comfort, calm, healing, intuitive, caring. The only thing that gives me some pause is this cross. Grief, burden, But the grief doesn't have to be grief because of death. It could be, but not because of death. It could be grief because, good God Almighty, look what these people done did to me. So I'm going to go ahead and still say she's alive. Yeah, I could be wrong that she's not alive, but I want her to be alive so badly that I hope I'm right on this one, okay? All right, that's it. Oh, look, I shuffled the deck and she popped up on the bottom for me. For those of you who don't know, because maybe you're new to the channel, I really got excited when I saw this card, the Eight of Swords, because I gave this card to Miss Nancy a while back. I gave her this card and the Empress card, because whenever I would read on her asking the question if she is still alive, this card would always come up, and one of the meanings is self-imposed restriction, another meaning is trapped. So one time I was asking, why does this card keep coming up? And so my daughter was going by the table at the same time that I was reading inside, and she said, maybe because Miss Nancy is playing a part in her kidnapping. I'm like, huh? You know, that kind of hit me. And so I gave her this card. So to see that come up was exciting. So when I went inside and I started to edit, I picked up the deck to go through the deck to find all the other cards that came up on the bottom, because you can see I wasn't reading the hidden influence card. And I pulled, when I took it from the box, I pulled this, and then look what was coming after. The Empress. Miss Nancy's next card, the Empress. So let's see what comes after the Empress. I don't usually like to read the bottom like this. Six of Pentacles. This is about giving and receiving help. And then the Three of Pentacles. Great cards. Collaboration. And then the Magician. Wow. So I don't usually like to read the bottom like that, but it just kind of hit me. Now the card that came at the bottom of the deck when I asked the question if Miss Nancy is still alive, the real card that came up was Judgment. And Judgment is about awakening, reckoning, rebirth. So if we want to put a negative meaning to Judgment, we could say that rebirth means that Miss Nancy is gone. It says rebirth, absolution, awakening, a new phase, redemption, and mercy. It could mean she's gone and, you know, they're going to show mercy to whoever did this to her. I don't know. I don't know what all of that means, but I still feel in my heart that she's alive. Oh, I took off my hat. And when I go inside, I'm going to show you that I have another one like this, but it's pink on the inside. It's so pretty, but it's bigger than that. That's why I made a new one. Sometimes the other one wants to blow off of my head. I can wear it, but it'll blow off of my head. Oh, and if you watch my last video, I told you I was making a bag for a friend, and I want to show you guys the bag. All right. So, oh, it's warm because it's cold out here today. This is the bag. All right, my friend wanted camo, so I struggled to find camo fabric that I could use to make a bag, because it's a lot of parts you have to cut. So I put the black on the bottom. We could have put any other camo colors on the bottom. I made her shoulder straps right here. It has a hidden pocket on the front, and normally I would have put the camo inside for the pocket, but because she's visually impaired, I put black. So she'll know when she has the zipper open that she's in the pocket, because she's not totally blind, but visually impaired, like blind in one eye and legally blind in the next eye, I think. So on the inside, the top part of the bag is black and the bottom part is the camo. And I have what do you call it, a bag organizer sewn into the bag. So it has 3 spots in here, a big spot, a narrow spot, and then a medium spot. The narrow spot is for her to put a fan. She likes those old school fan that you. And then on this side of the bag, it has another hidden pocket. So this is on the back side of the bag. Another, can you see it? And I didn't want this zip at all for the bag because I didn't feel like it went with the black, but my husband insisted, and he was right. He was 1,000,000% right, and I've already told him. I have no problem, you know, confessing when I'm wrong and somebody's right. So the camo fabric's on the inside of that pocket, and the top part of the bag has a recessed zipper, or zip, depending on what country you're in, you know it as zipper. So because it's recessed, she can set something on top of it, like an umbrella or something when she's walking. And she can lift it like this to pick up the bag, right? We even sew these little tabs on. And the secret gift that's on the inside of the bag is this. It's a long 72-inch adjustable strap because she's tall. And you know, this is not supposed to be a part of the bag, but I made this extra as a gift to put so she can get a little surprise. So that's why we had to sew on these tabs, this D-ring and these tabs. So it's a big tote bag. She can travel with it, you know, and this is her birthday gift. Her birthday was June 15th, and this is what she wanted. She's a good friend, and I didn't think I could do it for her because I haven't done a bag in a while. I had to go back and watch my old videos to see how to do it, but all in all, I think it came out really, really great.